Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood. Now it's 6 a.m.
Our country and its taxpayers have been ripped off for more than 50 years, but it is not going to happen anymore.
President Trump announces sweeping new global tariffs, which sent stock futures tumbling overnight. The plan he unveiled and the impact it could have on your wallet.
Plus, new this morning, a case of road rage caught on camera on a local road. What deputies say led to one man pulling a gun on another driver.
Plus, Florida's first bear hunt in years could be close to reality. What wildlife workers have now revealed about the controversial idea. Good morning on your Thursday. We are so close to Friday. Yes. And at 6 a.m., I'm Crystal Moyer.
I'm Justin Warmouth. Trooper Steve here. Yes, we are almost there. Chief Meteorologist Kate Escapo is going to lead us off with some nice weather. Another hot day sticking around.
It's going to be another hot afternoon. Back into the 90s we go, but there will be some cooler changes in the forecast, and we're really going to start seeing that a little more obvious here on the 7 days in just a few minutes. All right, let's look at downtown Orlando, delivering Light Orlando delivering Hope Together camera. Right now in Orlando, we're holding at 60 degrees, 59 in Sanford. We're still in the 60s, though, there in areas in and around the Melbourne area. Now, your highs later on this afternoon, we're going to be rebounding right back into the upper 80s, low 90s, 82. That is going to be our high this afternoon along our coastline. But look at you guys, about 10 degrees warmer in Marion County, up to 92 this afternoon. And by the way, we also have humidity to contend with. So because of that, it will be feeling a little more like those mid-90s. We've got that big hot ridge of high pressure. That's going to keep things pretty hot, pretty stable over the next couple of days, which is why rain chances are pretty much out of the picture. We are watching a big cold front right now that's pretty much stationary across the Mississippi Valley, unfortunately bringing with it another couple days of severe rain and storms in the forecast. But a big dig in that jet stream is going to be sending that rain, but also cooler air in the forecast as we head into next week. We'll be pinpointing everything you need to know and all the different wardrobes you're going to have to wear throughout the next couple days coming up in just a bit. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
So I'll throw that question out that I've asked probably for the past 2 months. Could this be the last little front?
Usually, yeah. It's kind of right before kind of the Easter holiday that we tend to kind of see that last hurrah.
And then get ready to sweat for the rest of for the next couple of months. 441, even State Road 60 down on the south end from Yeehaw Junction all the way west towards the Lake Wales area, nice and clear. Harmony, good morning to you guys. This is going to be East Osceola County, 192 Earlo Bronson Memorial out by Hickory Tree. No issues yet, just please be careful. School traffic going to get out there in the next few minutes. And then 13th Street, aka 192 in St. Cloud, right within your city limits. You're clear. In Narcoossee for now, we'll start to see those delays within the next few. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. Breaking overnight, worries about new tariffs announced by President Trump sending stock futures sinking. The Dow Jones Industrial dropping more than 1,000 points at one point, meaning your 401k could take a hit when the market opens later this morning. And the president announced those reciprocal tariffs yesterday, saying it is time to level the playing field with U.S. trade partners.
But the big question now is, what impact could it have on your wallet? News 6's Angie Casada is following the latest live. And Angie, these new tariffs are on countries that are already charging the U.S.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, and the president was quick to point out that the tariffs are way less than what these countries are already charging us. Now, it's a 10% tax on all imports and even higher rates for some countries. Like if you look here at the top, 34% on Chinese goods. But many experts worry that the bottom line will be more money out of your pocket. But the question remains, will families feel relief anytime soon, or will everyday costs go up? The first round of tariffs will go into effect at midnight on April 5th. Of course, we'll keep you updated. Reporting in Orlando, Angie Casada, Getting Results, News 6.
And Angie, those new tariffs come on the heels of big new charges on auto imports that kick in today. It's a 25% charge on all foreign-made automobiles brought into the U.S. And then on May 3rd, those tariffs will apply to auto parts as well. Some shops and dealerships in Florida say that they've seen a recent spike in business from people looking to beat that extra charge, which many business owners are already warning will have to be passed on to customers.
Because they're not going to have the option of getting something that's really, really inexpensive. With the tariffs put on them, those are going to go up.
The president says the tariffs will lead to a major boost in American manufacturing. We have a full breakdown of his tariff plan on the homepage of clickorlando.com.
Happening today, people in Florida get another chance to sound off on a proposal to hold the first bear hunt in the state in nearly a decade. The idea has drawn lots of criticism, but despite the pushback, it now appears the state may be closer than ever to giving the green light. News 6's Mark Lehman is following this story live. And Mark, we learned yesterday Fish and Wildlife even has a date in mind.
Yeah, FWC is proposing a 3-week bear hunt, indicating the state may be moving closer, like you said, to making a bear hunt a reality. Now, all of this comes with a goal of reducing encounters in neighborhoods like this one near Markham Woods, and that conversation is continuing today. Now take a look at this map. You can see it shows the number of bear sightings within the last 5 years, and just look at how many are in the Central Florida area. Now FWC says the hunt they're considering would allow for the killing of nearly 200 bears. Today's virtual meeting is at 5 this afternoon. If you want to make your voice heard, we posted a link to that under this story on clickorlando.com. For now, reporting live in Seminole County, Mark Lehman, getting results, News 6.
All right, Mark, thank you. Let's get back to the forecast. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos joins us now. It's been another we're going to be dealing with another warm day, Candace. I'm not complaining, though. I don't mind the heat when you're not dealing with the torrential downpours at like 6 p.m.,
I know.
like a traditional summer day.
That's my favorite
that's
part of the summer.
It's nice when you're going to bed, but also nice when you're trying to go out and walk the dog. At 6 p.m. is like cash.
Well, I mean, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But you know what? Then you have me, so I'll tell you when to go walk the dog and when the storms are coming in, right?
Yes.
Of course. All right, let's talk about the live look right now. Downtown Orlando, you're right, by about 6, 7 o'clock, that sun is starting to set, and temperatures just feel nice outside. Now, we are going to have the humidity still at play today. Right now, we're at 75 degrees right now. It's 6:10 in the morning. We're at 70 in Sanford, 72 in Orlando. So as the kids are heading to that bus stop for today, it is going to be a mild, kind of muggy start, 73 degrees. Not a lot of fog right now getting picked up. But into the afternoon, it's going to be a hot walk home as temperatures are going to be nearing 90 degrees. By the way, it's going to be feeling a little hotter as, of course, that humidity will make the heat index more like those mid-90s. And it's not just us here in Central Florida. Areas in Tampa, we're going to have a high of 93. Fort Myers have 90. And that's all across the deep south, as basically this cold front will be staying to the north. All that heat's going to continue to build up over the next few days. But this front is what's going to be bringing us some cooler changes next week. We'll have more details on the timing of all of it coming up in just a bit. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
It's the first weekend. I'm thinking I have no events, nothing going on.
The stars have aligned.
The stars have aligned.
Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Oh.
I'm going to pull a Justin and hang out at the pool with my dogs. That's what's going to happen. St. Cloud, you guys are going to enjoy that lake this weekend. Lakeshore, you guys look great. Perfect weekend to be out towards the water this weekend. But of course, just play it safe. 192 through Kissimmee, nice and clear. Even the downtown area, John Young Parkway, Vine Street, OBT, Hoagland, Thacker, Michigan, all running smooth north and southbound if you're getting ready to leave that area. And then 417 DOT camp showing we're moving good, whether you're at the 5-mile marker or up here in Lake Nona at the 16. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. We are hitting the road to Oviedo this week, and today we're talking traffic.
Yeah, straight ahead, the big changes coming to one major road, all in hopes of making your daily drive less crowded.
Plus, nightlife in downtown Orlando getting slim. New this morning, the announcement of which popular bars are now closing and what the owners say is to blame.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Orlando Health.
The I-4 food tour is live right now for News 6 Insiders.
You ever taste something so good that it makes you mad? There are so many flavors in that. This pork is super tender and spicy.
I'm hitting up our local restaurants, trying out their signature dishes, so maybe you can figure out where to eat this weekend.
Come on, photographer, I know you're liking that.
Oh, there's stuff inside. It's the I-4 food tour. Check it out.
3 total strangers, but they all say they experienced the same terrifying encounter in a bar. Next, Inside Edition.
Tonight at 7:30 on News 6.
Well, all week, WKMG is hitting the road to Oviedo. And as part of our coverage, we asked about your concerns. Many of you told us the traffic is a mess. So new this morning, we sent investigator Donovan Myrie to find out what's being done in and around Oviedo to make driving easier. Now, Seminole County tells News 6 that they were originally looking at extending Slavia Road all the way to Alafaya Trail, but that neighbors were against that proposal. Now, anchor Lisa Bell will be back in Oviedo today as part of our live Hits the Road coverage. she's going to show you a hidden gem that brings in people from all over the world. It all starts at 4 right here on WKMG.
New this morning, 2 more downtown Orlando bars say they're closing up shop and say strict new rules from the city are to blame. In a message on social media, the owners of One Up and High Tea Orlando say they had no choice because of what they say are insurmountable costs. The message specifically points to a new ordinance passed in 2023 that mandates any business that serves alcohol after midnight buy a special permit and help cover costs for security. Owners say it has cost them tens of thousands of dollars that they just don't have. Well, a family got quite the surprise while taking photos in the nation's capital.
One of the pictures was photobombed by a very famous face.
I was like, what happened? He was like, that's President Obama over there. I was like, what?
Yeah, we're not going to Photoshop that gentleman out of the background. In the background of that woman's 2 young children is the former president casually strolling around the tidal basin. And the photo, as you can imagine, I mean, it went viral like crazy. Mr. Obama actually reposted it on his Instagram with a caption, "My bad for stepping into the shots."
I mean, if you're going to have a photo bomber themed with that backdrop, I guess the president would work.
The former president has always had a very good sense of humor with stuff like that. He's got a good swag about him in those kind of situations.
Well, it's like going to Hollywood and people hang out and they're so focused on like taking pictures, they're missing all these celebrities.
Walking by.
Yeah. You never know, right?
But that's a beautiful photo. The kids were both smiling.
Cherry blossoms in blue.
There you go.
If you take a good photo out there today, you might get that famous chief meteorologist behind you.
No, it's too hot. I'm not outside.
She won't be out there.
Indoor cat.
Yeah, meow. All right, let's talk about the weather forecast. It's been a hot couple of days across Central Florida. How hot has April been? Well, 90. That's how hot it's been the last 2 days. Consecutive back-to-back 90-degree days. It's just the start of April, which is why this entire calendar is blank. But it is going to be another hot stretch. We're going to keep those 90s in play throughout Saturday, even Sunday. By next week, that's when we are going to start seeing things shift just a bit. So again, to near 90 we go across Central Florida. It's not red boxes, meaning that we're closer just to more the average temperature rather than the records. The records to be for today in the mid-90s. So again, we are a few degrees shy of that, but still going to be a hot afternoon. Now, temperatures out the door. We are all in the upper 70s, but congratulations, DeLanne. You're down into the upper 60s right now. We're at 70 in Ocala, 73 from Claremont, down through Leesburg as well. Now let's check on your hour-by-hour forecast for your Thursday.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency, you ought to call Strata.
All right, temperatures this afternoon nearing 90 degrees. We're going to continue to keep those skies mostly clear into the afternoon. No rain really to contend with unless you're right along the immediate coastline. There will be that potential, maybe a rogue shower or two along that strong onshore breeze. Now let's talk about our real next best shot for rain. Before we get there, it's going to get hot, even hotter come Saturday and Sunday. The same front, by the way, that's going to be bringing severe storms across the deep south will finally start its progression further south. This is on Sunday. Notice how hot the deep south is going to be. And then into Monday, it's going to be another hot day. A lot of the heavier rain bands will start approaching the panhandle. But for us here in Central Florida, it looks like it's going to be more of an overnight Monday and into Tuesday. The timing of this, of course, is going to continue to fluctuate a little bit, but we are trending higher rain chances up to about a 50% on Tuesday. But that front is expected to clear nice and clean, meaning that we could actually get those clear skies behind it. Temperatures will actually drop behind this cold front. Look at the temperature trend for the next 4 days. It's going to be hot. We're talking almost 10 degrees above average for this time of the year. And then as we head into next week, temperatures are going to back off then, well, below average come Tuesday, Wednesday, with another cold front potentially on Wednesday night and into Thursday. That could bring temperatures even cooler into those mid-70s. So you're saying, okay, that's 3 days there on the map. How much longer could this actually last? Well, the Climate Prediction Center is showing that this could actually extend even into the early part of next weekend with temperatures running below average. As we get results here, the full 7-day forecast, we are going to continue to keep a close tab on how strong or severe those storms will be, though, come Tuesday morning. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
I'm seeing that 92 on Sunday, and I'm kind of like, okay, maybe I don't want it that hot so fast. 417, looking good actually this morning out by the airport. 16-mile marker east and west. This is on your way out there. This is part of that expansion that completed a few years ago. Things look great out there. Now they've installed the flex lanes, so nice and smooth. 528 out by MCO. 417, Narcoossee, all looking pretty good. And then just north there of 528, if you're headed out towards maybe 408 this morning, look at that. Nice and clear this morning. Watch out for some of the barrels, but all your lanes are open. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Trooper Steve. It's 622. Hurricane season right around the corner, but there are some storm names you won't see this year or in the future.
That's right. At the bottom of the hour, the names being retired after last year's deadly season.
And a consumer alert when it comes to your taxes. Listen up to social media advice the IRS is telling you to ignore.
Your beach and boating forecast is sponsored by Arm Review Window and Door. Breaking news, traffic. When you need to know what's going on in your neighborhood, trust Sky 6 to get the bigger picture. Exclusively sponsored by attorney Dan Newland.
The IRS is warning people about getting tax return advice from social media. It actually could cost you a fine or your refund could be delayed. So just a few of the false claims that some influencers are giving. Tapping into obscure credits can net you bigger refunds. Also, how to write off your pet and hiring your own kids. Tax professionals say you're likely missing out on tax credits you do qualify for.
But if you leave off the earned income credit, which about 1 out of 5 do every year, or you leave off a deduction related to your self-employment, the IRS doesn't say, oh, wait a minute, they don't add back deductions, they don't add back credits, you don't get a bigger refund from the IRS. You leave it off, it stays off.
The filing deadline, by the way, April 15th.
Well, new in your health headlines, do you drink enough water?
I'm going to probably say no, but I feel like I do. And if you're like most people, the answer is probably no, at least not at this time of day. So a recent survey by Talker Research found more than a third of working Americans say they don't drink water until the afternoon.
Oh.
Probably until they're thirsty, right? That's
Right.
because around the same amount, 37% say they typically reach for the coffee first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Despite the findings, nearly all agreed that staying hydrated is key for a productive day. Yes, it is key. There's a guy that says drink the water first and then get into your coffee.
Yes.
Set your baseline. Well, one man taking the title of worst ex ever.
Coming up, the unusual animal he's accused of stealing from his ex.
And President Trump's recently announced tariffs causing reaction across the globe. But how exactly will this impact your bottom line? That answer up next.
Get the latest news, weather, entertainment, sports, and more from the new 6 Plus streaming app. Download today. Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results.
It is 6:30. Let's get a check of our top stories. Breaking overnight, futures on Wall Street have taken a huge dive following President Trump's announcement about new global tariffs. They're going to go in place this weekend against 60 countries. Some experts are warning it will lead to higher prices on many items.
Prosecutors say they will give a, quote, significant update today on the case of a 10-year-old Tavares boy who police say was abused to death. The boy's mother and her boyfriend are currently locked up facing murder charges.
And FWC will hold another public meeting today over a proposal for a new bear hunt in Florida. Yesterday, wildlife workers revealed that hunt could happen in December, despite strong opposition from animal rights activists.
Turning now to the weather. If you like the heat, you're going to love the forecast for the rest of this week. Taking a live look out in downtown Orlando, pretty calm. Candace, flirting with the 90s.
Yeah. If you can't keep up with the heat, just get out of Florida, really, at the end of the day. I mean,
You can't stand the heat.
You can't stand the heat, get out. All right, let's talk about it. No, I'm just kidding. It's just going to be another hot one. It's just unseasonably hot. If we were talking near 90 in the summer, that would be a cool day, but not the case for, April 3rd. Looking at those temperatures out the door, we're in those mid to low 70s, almost area-wide. We're at 69 degrees right now. That is technically the cool spot in DeLand. We're at 72 from Orlando through Kissimmee, 75 there in Brevard. Now, we do have quite a breeze in place, especially along our coastline, which is why we're going to hold rain chances low just along the immediate beaches there as we head into the afternoon, as we're going to continue to see that sea breeze move in. So let's talk real quick about the beach forecast. Notice your highs along our beaches, not at 90. It's that onshore breeze that will be kind of capping your highs, staying in those mid-80s. Just do be aware that breeze is going to continue to up our concern for rip currents. Now, your rain chance for today, again, only 10% along the coastline. Maybe a possible isolated afternoon shower and thunderstorm across our northwestern zones. But at the end of the day, the majority of us will be looking dry. Just hot. Look at our highs this afternoon, up to 92 in Ocala, 88 in Kissimmee, 82 in Brevard. But we'll have more details on when downtown Orlando will be feeling much cooler, and the rest of Central Florida could actually start bringing out their sweaters in the morning, coming up in just a bit. Caught your attention, didn't I? Now let's check on those roadways that you receive. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
Yeah, but it ain't anytime soon. So we got to get through this heat first. 417 north and southbound, just north of State Road 528. The beach line looking nice this morning. This interchange under some construction. You guys know the train tracks back there got built. Everything's looking good, but we're still on the expansion track along 417, adding some extra lanes. City of Orlando, just west there, 436, Gatlin, Lake Mary, Lake Margaret, Pershing, and Curry Ford sliding right into the Cayley, Michigan area. North and southbound along Orange, running smooth. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. Breaking overnight, President Trump's new global tariffs sparking reaction from Wall Street.
Overnight, stock futures took a huge tumble just hours after Trump announced dozens of U.S. trade partners will need to pay more to get their goods into the U.S. News 6's Angie Casada joins us live. And Angie, the president says this will boost the economy, but it's people's wallets that could feel the pinch short term.
Yeah, that's right. And with these new tariffs set to take in effect in just a few days, some experts say it's consumers that need to prepare for what could be major price increases.
All right, Angie, thank you. And a lot of people have been asking, what's the bottom line on this? So here are the big things to know. First, the potential for higher prices on everyday items. Yeah, many experts say it's almost a certainty, but the administration is downplaying that. Second, of course, would be retirement accounts. We have already seen stocks go down in recent weeks over these tariffs, and if they don't rebound, well, that could have a big impact. And for us here in Central Florida, we also have to talk about the tourism impact. So the tariffs, as they push higher in inflation, that could impact the number of visitors who come to our area. And if you'd like to see an in-depth breakdown of what that would look like, we posted it on clickorlando.com. Just look right on the homepage. Well, Florida is facing a severe dental care crisis. In fact, the state ranks last in the nation for children's access to dental care. And 66 of Florida's 67 counties do not have enough dental professionals. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez joins us now live in studio. And Stephanie, you recently went to a free clinic where people were lined up for hours just for the chance to get desperately needed care.
Yes, Justin, I met several people, like you said, hours in line in the cold, because at that time it was cold, waiting for a free dental checkup because they're either uninsured or underinsured, leaving them with few options and oral issues that could become fatal. So lots of obstacles for care. So groups like Floridians for Dental Access are calling on the state to act. They say one suggestion is to get more people in the field to offer routine visits to prevent the 67 different diseases and conditions associated with oral health. In the studio, Stephanie Rodriguez, Getting Results, News 6.
Stephanie, thanks. We're getting a first look at the result of severe storms that swept across parts of the Midwest and southern United States. Dozens of tornadoes and severe thunderstorm warnings were issued in Arkansas, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, and Mississippi. Right now, officials say one person was killed and nearly a dozen more injured. Some areas are beginning today with cleanup efforts, but bracing for more storms to come. The National Weather Service says the region could continue to see severe weather through Saturday.
Yeah, speaking of the weather, let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos with a look at where that storm system is headed. That it's just impacting countless hundreds of thousands, millions of people really in the thick of this.
And this is not just a severe weather outbreak. This is destructive tornado outbreaks that we've been seeing. And unfortunately, that one death reported, unfortunately, I feel like that's going to change as the sun comes up because of how active the night was last night and early this morning. You can see all the little red and purple polygons there indicating not only tornado warnings, but destructive confirmed tornadoes on the ground. Videos and pictures are going to continue to come into that newsroom, and we, of course, will bring you the very latest as we get a better idea, again, once the sun comes up. The storm reports, just within the last 24 hours, you can see it has been widespread from Omaha all the way through Nashville. As that line just kind of stays in place. This is the severe weather risk for today and then the severe weather risk for tomorrow. It's not until about Sunday that we're going to start seeing this line move a bit further south, and that's all because of the same high that's bringing us the record heat this weekend is the same high that's going to continue to block this system from moving anywhere. We'll have more details on what we can expect once this front moves in locally here coming up in just a bit. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
On a Thursday, things not too bad out there. Starting where we finished, Michigan-Cayley, Curry-Ford, Lake Margaret, nice and clear. Pershing, also pretty good. I'm not picking up the start of the delays along Orange Avenue, even downtown, right underneath 408s. Traveling nice and smooth. We'll pick up that eastbound delay here within the next maybe 10, 15 minutes. Yesterday out on patrol, we were cruising around way up, almost to Ocala, but out in Marion County along County Road 484. Florida Department of Transportation has a construction project out there, and viewers have messaged us saying, hey, what's taking so long? Well, they said, should be done by the end of the year. Head to clickorlando.com and take that ride with me. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. Well, the results are in, and Florida is home to some of the top schools in the nation.
Coming up, the Central Florida locations ranked among the top 10. Plus.
Relax a little.
So think about this. How far would you go to get back an ex? Yeah, we're going to talk about one man who is accused of doing to his ex's pet chicken and why that landed him behind bars.
As a trooper, I know how every crash is going to affect your commute. So watch me on News 6 Mornings.
So Brevard County?
Represent.
Okay, I see you. Well, just a bizarre story out of Washington State. A man arrested after deputies say he broke into his ex-girlfriend's home to steal her pet chicken.
Show me your hands. That's fine. Just hold your chicken. I'm not going to hurt your chicken.
You don't want to hurt the chicken? He's trying to get you, bro. The ex-girlfriend says the 50-year-old suspect left the home with the chicken yelling, "I've got Polly." I guess the chicken's name is Polly. The sheriff's office says the suspect had just been released from jail 2 hours prior. Officials allowed him to place the chicken in a patrol unit before booking him into jail. Polly was safely returned.
At least he didn't have to cross
her
the road
owner
on its own.
That's true.
Yeah.
How is that supposed to help the relationship?
Well, I don't think the relationship is on good terms.
Yeah, it didn't seem that way. But you have to think he just got out of jail, so he's been plotting that scheme the whole time. Right. Yeah, all that time, and he plotted that scheme.
That's all you came up with?
Gotta be something better than that.
Poor Polly.
I don't know, like flowers, I feel like would have been a better option.
Yeah.
To like, if you're trying to get that person back, or
I mean, you don't know their relationship with the chicken.
And you know what? I don't know if I care
might be
to.
there.
I really don't care.
Yeah, I'm with
their
Justin
love
on
child.
this. I don't think we care.
It's more about the chicken. We're glad to see Polly's okay.
Polly's okay.
good.
Polly's okay. Okay. Can you imagine? Polly's like, I didn't sign up for
Hold
this.
the chicken.
Polly's sitting there like, look,
Can I just lay an egg and just leave me alone? All right, let's look at the big changes on the way. This week, we're going to be frying as we head into the afternoon. Temperatures nearing 90 degrees today. Tomorrow, we are going to get even hotter as we head into the weekend, especially come Sunday and Monday. Both days could get very close to records. The records to beat just about a degree higher, up to 93. And then we're going to bring some rain. A few strong storms can't be ruled out. We're really kind of honing in on the severe weather threat in the next couple of days, but do expect late Monday and into Tuesday our best chance for rain before temperatures drop. We're dropping down into the 70s. Right now, we're in the 70s. So that's kind of the warm start to the day. We're at 72 degrees right now in areas in and around Orlando, 72 in New Smyrna, 75 in Melbourne. Good Thursday morning to you in Wildwood. Right now, you're holding at 70. But now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for your Thursday. Temperatures between 4 and 5 o'clock, flirting with near 90. We could get the third consecutive day this month, the 3rd of April, the third day in the 90s, as we stay mostly dry. Now, I can't say completely dry. We're saying mostly dry. Only about a 10% chance right now along our coastline because that strong onshore breeze this afternoon could develop a spotty shower or two just clipping the coastline. But if you are planning on heading out to the beaches, the weather is going to be feeling a little cooler than your friends further inland. And look at that heat index. We'll be feeling like the mid-80s along our coast, but areas farther inland towards our western communities, there in Ocala, the Villages, Leesburg, when you factor in the humidity along with those hot temperatures, could be feeling like the mid-90s just like it did yesterday. But there are changes. As this cold front comes through, all that heat and all that humidity is going to be building up, which is why we will heat up even further as we head into Sunday and Monday. You can see here clouds and rain forecast showing the bulk of the moisture still just to our north on Monday afternoon. And then as we move into Tuesday morning, so this could be an overnight concern, which increases that concern for overnight active weather, but we of course will continue to get more details on that. But that main line will continue to push out, and then much cooler air will be settling in behind it. Highs for your Tuesday, look at that, we're talking the 70s almost area wide, and as we get results here, the full 7-day forecast, we could be seeing temperatures in the 70s not only for a day or so, but even into the majority of next week. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
Thank you, ma'am. Things looking good in downtown Orlando. No issues going on. All your lanes are currently clear on I-4. No delays. Yesterday at this hour, it's just amazing how temperamental traffic can be, because yesterday it was a mess. 408 John Young looking good. Pine Hills, good morning to you guys. We did have a crash. Whoa, my stuff's going crazy here. Crash at Hiawatha. Yep, I just lost my systems, and I am going to toss it back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Steve. Get that. We're going to get that fixed for you. Sweeping new global tariffs announced overnight, sending shockwaves through the stock market. The impacts you could start to feel next as we check our big stories. 6:54, let's get a check of our top stories, starting with Angie Casada and breaking news overnight that could impact your wallets.
Yeah, stock futures taking a huge dive following President Trump's latest announcement on tariffs. Futures on the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P have all been trading lower, a sign of what could happen when the markets open this morning. Now, it comes after Trump announced new reciprocal tariffs on dozens of countries yesterday. He says the U.S. has been ripped off for years, and the move will boost the economy. Now, some experts, though, are warning that it would likely lead to price hikes on several everyday items. Crystal.
Hey, Angie, the man accused of raping several women at bus stops in Pine Hills could take the stand in his own defense today. It comes after prosecutors rested their case against Nelson Odage on Wednesday.
Prosecutors say they will have a significant update today in the case against the Lake County couple accused in a deadly case of child abuse. Andre Walker and Kimberly Mills, both charged with murder after Mills's 10-year-old son died last month. Mark.
And Fish and Wildlife will hold another meeting today to get feedback over a proposal for a bear hunt in the state. We learned yesterday, though, that hunt may be close to a reality with discussion of opening up hunting over several weeks in December. Supporters say this is all needed to cut the bear population, but animal rights groups say a hunt is not the answer. Today's meeting is at 5 o'clock and it's virtual. We posted a link to that on clickorlando.com. Crystal?
And Mark, a reminder, News 6 Mornings continues at 7 o'clock on our streaming channel, News 6 Plus. You could download our free app on your smart TV right now or head to clickorlando.com or YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's great.
It gets exciting after 7. I'm just telling you. All right, as we look here at the satellite and radar composite, we have a big-time severe weather outbreak that we are tracking far to our north. In the meantime, though, big hot ridge of high pressure is going to keep temperatures nearing 90 for the third consecutive day. It's going to be hot, still mostly dry. We're going to crank up the heat even further. Come Sunday and Monday, flirting with records both days. Then we're talking about a decent shot for rain in the forecast before we cool things down next week. Steve.
Yeah, you shut the brakes off, you shorten the brakes, and you keep us on TV longer. We have a good time. Join us. Drive times on I-4, they're fine this morning. DOT cam showing we're in the clear out there.
Love to hear that. Thanks, Steve, and thank you for joining us. We break news on clickorlando.com.
News 6 Mornings continues at 7 on our streaming channel, News 6 Plus, clickorlando.com, YouTube. Flip it, flip it, flip it. Join us.
We'll see you guys soon.